Everybody, welcome to another Thursday Night Live. It's me, Francis, sporting one of my the podcast T-shirts, the Warlords Not Landlords thing. Really good for the whole communist community. And what is communism but not a community? Just be a warlord, don't be a landlord. So this week, our most recent episode that just went out. Nate and I yell about Hunter Biden. I know there's a lot going on with impeachment and everything. Rudy Giuliani is once again opening his mouth, and hot garbage is falling out of it. And of course, I'm sure nothing will come of any of it. All these people will go and die peaceably in their homes or whatever, and never be done what should be done, which is put on trial at The Hague. So I don't know. There's just a lot going on. So anyway, Nate and I talk about Hunter Biden, who absolutely should be investigated. I mean, Joe Biden should obviously be investigated. There's absolutely no way that a dude who was kicked out of the Navy for doing too much blow, and a guy who and I got to give it up to Hunter for this, would go and buy his own crack from Skid Row in LA or whatever. There's no reason why they should put him as a board member for a Ukrainian power company. That makes no sense. There's no career progression that does that, unless it's the career is my father is the vice president. So Nate and I talk about that, and then also once again I have a meltdown about people people being shitty about millennials. If you did not see DVIDs, which is the Defense Visual Imaging something, basically where we put all of our stuff up. For me, public affairs, my photos, my stories. Any of our broadcasters, they take their stuff and they put it on DVIDs. They package it together. We do our stories, our editing, and we put it on DVIDs. They put out a photo during that the Area 51 attack. The picture of a bomber with a bunch of dudes in front of it, and it's the last things millennials will see if hashtag millennials will see if they try the Area 51 raid, which is just I mean, again, I'm a millennial and I've got 19 years in the military. Stop. I get it. It's the cute thing that you do to be haha, these silly, everybody in that that photo except for the old Margaritaville motherfucker with the full beard and the Hawaiian shirt on was probably a millennial. But fuck it, whatever. We say boomers are state of mind. I guess the boomers have their own, these assholes are their own state of mind. It doesn't matter. Fuck them. As always, fuck them. So we had that come out. Then we also, if you did not hear our bonus episode, highly encourage you to check it out if you're not a part of the Patreon, because I found a guy who posted about the UFOs that we're seeing, that the videos that were released by of all people, the fucking bassist of Blink-182, of UFOs, and the United States Navy had to come out and be like, yes, those are UFOs. We don't know. Those are flying objects that we have not identified. So I talked to a guy who was in the squadron. He didn't take the actual video that was released, but he, also experienced the UFO, the unidentified flying object phenomena. And he and I talk about it. But we also talk about just being a pilot, being in the Navy, being one of the flyboys. He's not a pilot; he's the guy that sits behind. So he's the goose for all of you. The easy one, but for the real heads, it's Dak from the Snowspeeder from Empire Strikes Back. That's for us nerds. So that was a really great conversation that he and I had. Like I said, I encourage you to always, give me your money. But at least with the Patreon, you're getting a little something. You're getting extra episodes, extra, interviews. I'm going to be doing. I have recorded an episode with Cynthia, Nate's wife, about coming to America. And Nate and I have a Marine Todd episode that we want to do. So get your dollars in and do all that. So With that, something also that I haven't done in a while. I haven't done a solo bonus episode in a while because I haven't had a real good book that I wanted to read. I was just kind of I was reading Chaos, which is about Manson and MK Ultra and the CIA thing, and it's one of those it's very dense and it's not really great for winding down at the end of the day. I want to read 20 minutes, 25 minutes before I fall asleep. Reading about Charles Manson being MK Ultra does not elicit those relaxation feelings. So what I did get from a suggestion from the Discord that we have, and that's another perk of being either a member of What a Hell of a Way to Die or the Lions Led by Donkey podcast. If you're a Patreon for either one of us, and at the $1 level, you get access to our Discord. But somebody told me about All Systems Red, which is about a murder bot. He calls himself Murderbot. It's a very short book too, but I like it so far because there's not. It's the main character is a security robot that has broken its own programming and basically just wants to be left alone and figure out what it wants to do in the world. Which, if you can't identify with that, were you ever a teenager, ever at all? And if you were a teenager at some point and never felt like that, you were probably one of those Model UN dorks that nobody really liked and had planned their entire future out. And you probably don't listen to my podcast, I don't know. But if so this is what I'll probably end up doing a review on this. I got so many of my other books that are still in stores and everything, but I just got that from the library. So so far, like I said, highly recommend the first 35 pages that I've read so far, and then we'll kind of go from there. Hoping to do more of the survival kind of stuff. The new house that we're moving into, I have a lot of plans for gardening and stuff, and it may just turn into a gardening blog that I just share out amongst everybody else, where I do vertical gardening and then I make pickles or some shit like that. But also we talk about so if you need, here's how you save the seeds for next year because you can't, because Lowe's doesn't exist, you can't buy cucumber seeds anymore, so here's how you do that. So hopefully we're going to be doing more of that. It is always I wanted to do video stuff, and I just don't, it's just one of those when do you have the time to do it? And then it's not only just shooting it, because I can just do basic shooting on my phone or whatever. I can do basic audio stuff just with my normal podcast setup. And then it's stitching it all together and then doing all the things and making it look nice and there's the people on YouTube that just do really really well done edits. There seems to be two kinds of really popular people on YouTube. There's the people that have the jump cuts every 4 seconds and the graphics that come in from everywhere and they're always yelling at the screen. Or there's the guy who is just talking to screen by himself with a static background. And unlike me, they do it for about 4 hours straight. Those are the two popular things. I am not in either one of those camps at the moment, thankfully. I talk enough into a microphone in a for the podcast, so just doing more of that. I don't understand how some Bill O'Reilly or Tucker Carlson, you've got the hour on TV and then you got 4 hours on the radio. It's Jesus Christ, there's not that much stuff to talk about, guys. There's not 5 hours of content anywhere. You just gotta keep rehashing. That's why all these the conservative they have to go and they have to find all these insane people to talk to constantly. I can't. Who was it? I mean, there was somebody. I remember they got after 9/11 they got John Grisham to be a commentator. But if you watch any Fox News or whatever long enough, you will eventually see some talking heads that are just who are these people? Why are these people? Why do we need to hear from this person? Who the fuck are they? It doesn't matter. But they gotta anything, man, they gotta fucking fill the content. That's why when I become the glorious leader of socialist America, 24-hour news stations, done. It'll be you ever watch headline news on CNN, where if you watch it in the morning, CNN has a rotation. Headline news has a rotation where it's you wake up and you turn it on, and like they have it timed perfectly for like the average person to wake up and immediately turn the TV on and just have that droning in the background while they like go to the bathroom and they get their shit ready for work and everything. It's like 35 to 40 minutes. Just do that. Just rotate that because that's what's really important. You can have your pundits later on, but Jesus Christ, man, like there's so much like there's so much nothing that is constantly happening, and for some reason these people constantly have to talk about it. I talk about it for an hour a week, and even that sometimes really feels like I'm scraping the barrel. Sometimes I feel like it could go on forever, but yeah, I don't, and I mean I fully believe that that's why we have the insanity that is like, and I don't want to just put it on Fox News. I mean CNN, MSNBC, any place that's just like we've got to fill 24 hours of content. The day that TV stations stopped doing we're signing off for the night, or at least when they just put infomercials on at 3 o'clock in the morning so you can buy like the 20 CD Power of Love collection, that's fucking respectable. But the rest of it, man, it's all insane. So anyway, I think I have ranted into a camera long enough tonight. So as always, thank you all. Thank you for joining us. You can follow us pretty much anywhere. If we're on, I'm on Twitter at ArmyStrang. You can follow Nate at In These Deserts. We have the YouTube that this will go up onto. We've got a Twitch that all this goes onto. We put it everywhere. We're always trying to put fucking content into your ear holes and just massage your eardrums with our white boy Midwest voices just inside of you. It's ASMR for leftists right there. A couple of Midwest white boys talking to you constantly. Anyway, actually it's probably more New York white boys, but we like to take the corn valor and the soybean valor that we have here in the Midwest. Anyway, thank you all, and we'll talk to you later.